All right, so it's been over an hour, and so all of the agar has solidified in the petri dishes. It's normal to see the condensation happen on the lids, so don't be worried about that. And then, so what I did was I read through the procedure for activity one, and before starting, I labeled all the plates. So we're going to have 2 specimens that we're going to streak onto the plates, and then the third one is just going to be a dry swab with no specimen. So this whole row says P fluorescence and then the date. And this whole row says P natinum in the date. And then the third one is dry swab and the date. So this whole row. So it should stay solid. And you can flip them over so that you can see which ones are which. It says the type of agar, what we're streaking on it, and the date. And then normally you would want to put your initials as well, but we're not in a traditional lab setting, so you're not gonna mistake yours for your lab partners. So in the mail, you should receive 2 specimens. And when you receive them, the caps are going to be tight on them. But these are living things, so you'll want to loosen the caps, but keep the cap on it. So like a half turn. So it shouldn't fall off, but it should be loose. So we'll have the Pseudomonas fluorescens. There we go. Pseudomonas fluorescens and Penicillium natum. And if you're allergic to penicillin, you're gonna want to be extra careful to make sure that you use aseptic technique, which aseptic technique is just making sure that you're not contaminating any yourself or the experiment or any of your surfaces. So you'll also need your sterile swabs. And so I will start with the P fluorescence, and I'm just gonna go this way. So P fluorescence on each different type of media, and you'll want to use a different sterile swab for each one, and then you'll want to have your bleach water ready. So to get this ready, you'll want to open it with your pinky. You hold it like that, and then you grab a swab, and you will swab in there, and then you will swab the surface in a zigzag pattern, and then put it in the waste. So we'll repeat that for all of these. So you open it with your pinky, you swab, and then you do a zigzag pattern, you put it in the waste. then take your bacteria, swab it onto the surface, and then put it in the waste. And now, last one. And put it in the waste. Then you cap your bacteria. Make sure to do a half twist. And then we will go to the penicillium nonatum. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, so sorry. So you open it with your pinky, you hold it with your thumb. So the penicillin looks dark. You can tell if you have it on the swab or not. All right, and so then the last four are gonna be just dry swabs. So we don't put any bacteria on the swab. And I'm doing this a little more obvious so that you can see it, but when you're doing this, you're gonna want to, or I'll grab a clean swab. You're gonna want to avoid opening them as much as possible. So you'll want to like try to do it like that, so that typically like bacteria will, or contamination will fall down with gravity onto your plate. So if you're trying to do it like this, then things can fall into it. But doing it like this, things won't fall into your plate. And the same thing for when you're working with the bacteria. You don't have to be like super cautious, but keep it closed as much as possible. You saw it doesn't take very long to do all four. But if you're having trouble, maybe close it in between each swab, or between two, because it's kind of hard to open these and hold that at the same time. So now you will want to put these in a safe place that is not going to be disturbed. That'll be room temperature for 4 more days.